Hello, we're working on page 401, page 24, sorry, and problem number 10, the application problem, in chapter 6, section 3. So, this problem itself, like the other problems in this section, are simplified so that we can learn how to use the method before we do more complicated problems. What I find is that when I try to pull in some problems from chemistry or other economic type problems, I have to spend a lot of time explaining it before we actually get to the math part of it. So we always run the risk of maybe we're using problems that are a little bit too easy. I'm guessing that you could probably solve this by what some of the middle school teachers call trial and error. So if they're going to bring 12 packages of hot dog buns, 12 packages of either hot dog or hamburger buns together, you could just say 1 and 11, 2 and 10, 3 and 9, and just keep track. Multiply the hamburger buns by 2, the hot dog buns by $1.50, and see when you're going to get $20 worth. That's one way of doing it. But this problem is not about finding out how many buns there are, okay? This problem is about how do we use a method to solve problems that we're going to see in math. And like I said, I like to pull in more difficult problems, but sometimes we spend a little bit of time. There's a great problem that we do with finding like percent solutions. It's a chemistry problem, and trying to figure out, like, if you have 10% of a solution and 25% of a solution, how much do you put together to get like something in between, like a 17% solution. Your chemistry teachers are going to know what I'm talking about. But then I have to talk about chemistry, and that kind of like distracts us a little bit. So we're going to do this using the elimination method, all right? So the first thing is what are they asked to find? So they want to find out how many packages of each type of bun did they buy. All right, so what did they buy? They have hamburger buns and they have hot dog buns. Now, both of those are going to be HB. H for hamburger, H for hot dog. Sorry about the phone. So that's not going to help. So I'm still going to go back and do this. I'm going to let X represent the number of hamburger buns that they're going to bring. And I'm going to let Y represent the number of hot dog buns. So it looks like the Harlan family brought the bread. Okay? Now we need to write the equations. What information do we have about here? Well, first of all, we know that they brought 12 packages of buns together. So X plus Y equals 12. The hamburger buns cost $2 each. So I'm going to multiply 2 times the number of hamburger buns that they bought, which I'm going to find out. I just don't know what it is. That's 2 times X. And I'm going to multiply $1.50, right there, times the number of hot dog buns that they bring. And all together, how much they spent on hamburgers, buns, and how much they spent on hot dog buns is going to come out to $20. So those are my two equations. Now I need to find out how to get these so I can get the x's or the y's to drop out. So I'm going to take this x plus y equals 12. I'm going to multiply everything by negative 2. So I get negative 2x, negative 2y equals negative 24. The other equation stays the same. I get, and I know I'm talking about money, that's why I went to 2 decimal places for each of them. I'm going to simplify that down just for my problem. So I get positive 2x plus 1.5y equals 20. Add those together. Negative 2 plus 1.5 is negative 0.5y. And negative 24 plus 20 is negative 4. All right. Now I know you're probably thinking, how do you divide by a decimal? Well, a decimal is a way of representing a fraction. This is 5/10, which is 5 over 10, or 1/2. Dividing by a fraction, you learned you actually multiply by the reciprocal. That leads us to this idea that whatever I do to this side, I have to do to that side. If I multiply both sides by -2, negative times a negative equals a positive, and 2 times 0.5 is 1. So this just tells me why. -4 times -2 is +8. So it looks like I'm going to have 8, what does y represent? Hot dog buns. And since they brought 12 total, x plus 8 equals 12, so that tells me that x equals 4. I'm just saving a little space. You can do 12 subtract 4. So it looks like 8 hot dog buns and 4 hamburger buns. Let's check to see if that makes sense. I know that 8 plus 4 equals 12. That takes care of the first equation, but let's do the other one. This is $2 times 4 plus $1.50 times 8. And I want to know, question mark, does that equal $20? So you can use a calculator if you want. 2 times 4 is 8, and $1.50 times 8, that would be 8 times 1 and half of 8, so that's going to be 12. And 8 plus 12 does equal 20, so that does check. So I think I'm finished with this problem, but I'm not. I did not answer the question yet. I have to answer the question. How many packages of each type of bun did they buy? They bought 4 packages of hamburger buns and 8 packages of, just have enough space, hot dog buns. Period. All right, good luck with all that. Ask questions in the discussion.